Welcome to the first leg of the European regional playoffs between France and Scotland. In Stade de France here, of course, Scotland, having finished second in Group A, will have to beat the likes of Koscielny and Hugo Lloris and stop the likes of Karim Benzema and Franck Ribéry from scoring to see if Scotland can qualify for their first World Cup since 1998. Of course, France are a very difficult opponent. Scotland, however, playing in that ridiculous away strip will maybe even confuse their opponents, and Scotland could potentially, maybe, mind control them and win the game. Very unlikely, but we never know what could happen in football. So of course, Benzema and the like playing up front for France. Cabaye in midfield, the former Newcastle player who of course now plays for PSG. Scotland again back to full strength. David Marshall in goal, James Marsden, Commons, Maloney, Adam and Stephen Fletcher up front. No space in the squad for Darren Fletcher, who was feeling unwell this morning. So the game to kick off, France of course to kick off in Stade de France, France versus Scotland. So in the 33rd minute of the match here, as we see France trying to get forward here, Maloney gets the ball here to Charlie Adam. Adam with a shot, and it's a great save from the Tottenham goalkeeper Hugo Lloris. It's coming up to half time here, 5 minutes remaining until the half. David Marshall with a goal, with a nice kick here, gets it to Scott, tries to get it to Charlie Adam actually. Koscielny, however, steps in, gives it to Benzema. Benzema with a pass through to Ribéry for a shot, and it's a great save from David Marshall. So into the second half, as Stephen Fletcher here runs forward, trying to get past Mamadou Sakho, gets the ball to Adam. Adam for a shot, and it's off the crossbar. Into the last 10 minutes of the match, as we see here, France passing the ball about. Of course, I'm sure there are away goals here. Stephen Fletcher through on goal. Stephen Fletcher for a shot, and it's another good save from Hugo Lloris, as Hugo Lloris keeps his side in this qualifiers, in the playoffs, sorry. Into the last minutes of the match here, Russell Martin heads it away from Loch Lomond, and a poor clearance from James Marsden goes it for a throw near the corner for France. Can they potentially capitalise on the mistake and maybe even score a goal in the last minutes? Ribéry for a cross in to Menez. Menez with a header down to Whittaker. Whittaker clears it, and the referee blows the whistle. Referee blows the whistle at the end of the first leg. It is 0-0 between France and Scotland in the European regional playoff match. There, of course, Scotland did play very well, as did France, but the man of the match goes to Hugo Lloris. So into the final leg of the European regional playoff match between Scotland and France here at Konami Stadium. Of course, 0-0 after the first leg. Whatever happens in this leg will most likely decide basically whoever goes through. Of course, Scotland have not been qualified for a World Cup since 1998, which was ironically in France as well. So, of course, Scotland will hopefully be trying to maybe even boot out who could be the potential winners of the cup themselves, and maybe even take a nice spot in the limelight once for the first time in 16 years. So here Scotland, of course, playing a very strong side. Snodgrass comes in, as well as Maloney, Commons, James Morrison, Scott Brown, and Russell Martin was ridiculously captained today. I'm not really sure why, but cliche there, I believe he's talking to Moussa Sissoko and Varane and Koscielny as the centre-back pairing for France. Of course, Scotland will be wanting to score a goal nice and early to maybe put them under a little bit more pressure, but with that being said, this is a very difficult opportunity for Scotland to maybe even get anything from this game, but we don't know what happens. This is football, of course. So Scotland versus France here as we kick off. Of course, Scotland trying to maybe get the ball forward early, like I said, going for an early goal, but of course this game could potentially go to penalties if it ended 0-0. So Commons here on the ball in the first minutes of the match, really play it into Stephen Fletcher, gives it to Stephen Fletcher. Fletcher gets shot away, runs past Koscielny, but good defending from the Arsenal man. 70 minutes on the clock here as Stephen Fletcher picks up the ball, runs past Koscielny. Nothing Koscielny could do about it. He moves back onto his left foot, nothing to stop him. Stephen Fletcher for a shot, and Stephen Fletcher with the goal, which could potentially send Scotland through to the FIFA World Cup finals. What an absolutely amazing finish from Stephen Fletcher. Poor defending from Laurent Koscielny. As you see him here, not really closing him down. He's closing him down a little bit, but really poor defending. He just moves it back onto his left foot. No one else is closing down in the box. As Stephen Fletcher turns back, shoots it into the bottom corner. Nothing Lloris could do about it, and Scotland lead France 1-0. So coming up here, up to the half-time mark, here's Fletcher on the ball, runs past, gets it to Chris Commons, Commons with a shot, and it's off the post. Really unlucky for Chris Commons. So we're into the second half here as Commons on the ball, running past Gonalons, nothing he could do about it. Gonalons continues to come back and try and get a shot away. We'll try and stop him really, but he does get a shot away. It's a really good shot, and it's a good save from Hugo Lloris. So into the 75th minute here, 15 minutes remaining in the match. Russell Martin, the captain for today, hits a ball into the box. Stephen Fletcher tries to get his head on it, tries to get a really good head on. A nice flick on from Stephen Fletcher to Robert Snodgrass, who volleys it first time, and it's another good save from Hugo Lloris. So out for a corner kick, which will most likely be taken by Charlie Mondrew. Actually, it's not, taken by Robert Snodgrass in the 76th minute here. Snodgrass hits it in. Stephen Fletcher trying to get his head on it, can't get his head on it, comes out. And let's see what happens. Greer steals the ball off Frank Ribery. Will he try and get a shot away himself? Will really cross it in. He tries to maybe pass it in, and they get a throw in. So until the last minutes of the match here, Scotland defending with their heart, defending with their lives. As we see Benzema on the ball here. Greer trying to pull him back, trying to stop him, trying to take him out in general. The ball comes to James Morrison. Morrison clears it. Referee should blow the final whistle here. Snodgrass runs to the ball with Koscielny. Koscielny does get it from him, but Snodgrass, they're in the wrong half of the field, France here, as they need the goal, and they don't get it. Scotland have qualified for the FIFA World Cup for the first time in 16 years. Absolutely fantastic from Gordon Strachan and Scotland in general to qualify for such a hard thing to qualify for the World Cup. But Scotland have done it. They've beaten France here in the European regional playoff. And Russell Martin, of course, the camera focuses on him, but he's not even usually the captain. But for whatever reason, Russell Martin was captain today, and he has basically captained his side to a 1-0 lead over 1-0 win over France. Absolutely fantastic from Scotland. Nice little bit of stats there, as you can see on the screen. But of course, the man of the match goes to Stephen Fletcher, the goal scorer. So here are the other European regional playoff results. Germany beat Denmark 2-1 over 2 legs. France, of course, got beat by Scotland 1-0. England are out of the World Cup after being beaten on extra time by Austria. Turkey are through after beating Romania 7-6 on penalties, and Slovakia are through after an away goal win against Bosnia and Herzegovina. So here is the FIFA World Cup draw in the group stages for the FIFA World Cup finals. So as we see here, the draw is Group A, Chile, Netherlands, Turkey, United States. Group B, Germany, Panama, Slovakia, Oman. Group C, Italy, Sweden, Japan, Uruguay. Group D, Brazil, Portugal, Egypt, Mexico. Group E, Belgium, Ghana, Poland, Australia. Group F, Colombia, Austria, Iran, Ivory Coast. Group G, Spain, Croatia, Morocco, and South Korea. And Group H, Argentina, Scotland, Cameroon, and New Zealand.